Morning everyone. Just put a loaf of bread on. Tried a no, it's a wholemeal grain or something like that. So give that a shot, and then when that's finished cooling, and then I'm going to try my hand at making one from scratch, because what we have been using is this thing. We got it on the weekend. There's a bread shop up around the corner from us, so apparently this has everything in it. The only thing you got to add is yeast and water. So I did a large loaf, 500 grams of this mix. So 2 kilos. This was only $10, so $2.50 a loaf, because I use 500 grams every time I make something. So yeah, so large loaf. You can go a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, but 500 grams seems to work out pretty good. 310 mils of or 290 mils of water I put in. 310 is if you've got this Panasonic or Sunbeam. For some reason they're different, but yeah, worked out really well. Oh sorry, I've used this one. That works out really well. This one is the first time I'm using that's what you just seen now in the machine, so we'll see how we go. If it works out well, we're going to keep going to that shop. It's pretty close, and they got heaps of different varieties of bread if you want it. But when I first bought the machine, I bought some flour, just plain flour, bread flour, and I'll add all my own stuff to it, oil and all that kind of gizmos. So yeah, we'll try that. I haven't made one from raw ingredients, so if you're going to make it just with plain flour, you then need salt, milk powder, baker, bread improver, caster sugar, oil, all that stuff. If you use the kit, then all you do is water and yeast, and you still need water and yeast with that, obviously. So just a bit of an update video today. Had a big cleanup. Today's Friday, so I finish early on Fridays, so that's why. Having a big get ready for the weekend. So not much has gone on out here. Oh, the dog probably wants to come out. They didn't get a walk this morning because it's been raining all last night. I think we got another 40 mil of rain. You can see there. It's cleared up now though. It's not too bad. It's pretty cold too, actually. It's yeah, it's only like 12, 14 degrees, something like that. Yeah, so not good, but we definitely need the rain. And I did something down here the other day. I'll show you. So I had a heap of these tinted sheets were left over from the veranda where the shed is, the big shed, and I thought, well, might as well use them. And I was trying to figure out a way how to cover this area, because it gets really, it rained a lot a few months ago and it flooded, and the water actually went into the garage. That's how much water was here, even though we got drains and stuff. Plus I wanted to keep this as dry as possible, this shed, and it rained all night last night, and I can't see up there, so you guys can let me know, but I don't think there's a drop of water up there. So yeah, it works really well. In 99% of the rain that we get here, we don't get a lot of rain. It just drips down here, through here, hits and just comes here. I mean, the floor gets wet. You can see the floor's wet, but it's not as wet as over there. You can see how dark it is over there. So, I mean, the rain is still coming in here, but at least it's not falling on the shed. The main game was to keep this out of the rain. I know they're 100% waterproof, but it's a bit more open, to the elements. And I know, yes, I've got the aircon and that's all opened as well, but this is just like cheap black plastic. So I don't want to be the thing that makes us replace the water heater in 10 years time. I want it to be an internal failure somewhere else, because apparently that's all they last is 10 years. So yeah, little shed's going good. You can see a little bit of seepage because a lot of the splashing happens here, but it's pretty dry, so happy with that. And I did get they came the other day. I'll show you, they're for my white car, the white wagon. The window seal right at the bottom where the window comes down. Yeah, the driver's side is split, and I suspect because that car used to be parked in the sun, outside 100% of the time. So yeah, so all I did was cut the sheets, screwed them up, and then I got this 30 by 30 angle, screwed that to the fence. Oh yeah, and with that same stuff I did enclosed all this. This all used to be open, so, and I used to have some rubber down there that broke and changed that over. So yeah, that stuff has come in handy because we took all this. That's what I used to have here, and now I've gone to a solid, so you don't get any sun under here. It's a little bit hotter, but you don't get any sun. And I used to keep all that stuff here, and that's how much I've got left. Bugger all. So that's good. The last 2 sheets were clear. I bought them from Bunnings. 2 or 3 sheets. Might have been 3 sheets were clear. I'm going to buy 1 more. I want to stretch it out a bit more, and that way, the main reason for getting the clear sheets, they're the same price as tinted, but the main reason was I don't want that window to be any darker than what it is now. So I don't want to block any sun coming through that window. That wall's south facing, so it doesn't get a lot of sun down there at the best of times. Oh, you can see the plants are really going stupid with all this water we've been having. They've grown a lot. And then I was working it out the other day, and I might even do the same thing. It's a bit more of a stretch, but it's definitely possible just to go from here to the gate, 4 sheets, so $100, about $26 a sheet. I'll get tinted and go from the underside there, so to there, and then I won't even get the angle here because I'll just screw it to the top of the fence, and I don't care if the water goes that way. No one's going to complain, but if I did that on that side, the neighbours probably have a whinge that all the water's going over there. So yeah, so go clear tinted sheet from here to the gate. Keep the aircon all covered up, and yeah, and it'll shade this wall because the sun kind of sets over there, and it'll shade this wall a lot, so stop the bathroom and our bedroom from getting a lot of heat on it. And then I'm thinking probably next summer we're going to just have a break from upgrading the house a bit, but next summer we're going to get a big shade sail that kind of connects to the roof there, and then to where the front door is, and then 1 pole out, and then shade the whole front of the house as well. But I did these blinds the other week, they work good, but zero, you can't have them in wind. So and they're mainly for summer. I don't want them up in winter, so or down in winter to block these. I want a bit of heat coming through the windows, but in summer they'll work out good. And it's not super windy in summer here, so that's the time to do it. And garage wise, so the garage is finally 95% done. What's that? Oh, that's from my missus' car. It must have been raining when she got home last night. Anyway, so yeah, that little shed's just on the other side of this door. So yeah, heaps better to walk. Heaps better now. I ended up getting a little cheapy dehumidifier from Kmart. Just when the cars come in here, the other day that car was soaked, and my missus' car came in and it was drenched. Came in the next morning and it was like a sauna. It was all steamy in here. This thing's fixed it. I used to have a little one. You can see how much water is in there. Let's go and empty it. So that's probably 2 days. Yeah, probably 2 days, 1.5 days of water. So I don't know. It doesn't have measurements on it, but yeah, a couple hundred mils, 2 cups of water maybe. I don't know. But yeah, you can see that. That's pretty cool. So and that's not with cars coming in wet. The other day I only had it on for like 12 hours and probably got about that much out of it when both these cars were wet. This is not from. Yeah, the cars haven't been wet, is what I'm trying to say. So works good. So leave that there. And then another thing I'm doing is I just bought some brackets off Amazon. They're going to come on Sunday, so another 2 days. So I might zip up to Bunnings today and see what they got. So I got those brackets that you put there, and then they're like a hinge, and then you press something and they come up 90 degrees and lock, so that way you can have a foldaway foldaway bench there. I think that'd be handy. I got no, I know I just cleared it out. Now you think I'm putting more junk in, but it's going to stay folded most of the time. It's only really to come up when you're washing a car or you're doing an oil change or something like that. Just somewhere to put your stuff. It won't stay out all the time. That's why I want it hinged. So you probably, yeah, well definitely, it's going to be kind of this height. So it's going to go down. It'll come out about 600 mil because the brackets I got were 16 inches, which is 400 mil. So then the bench I get needs to be at least 450 or so, 500. Normally the wood will come in 600. So I'm not going to cut it. If it's 600, it's 600. If it's too big, I'll cut it later, but I'll just put it in at that. So I'll probably just have to move the towels. But yeah, I think that'll be a cool little thing just to have just somewhere to work on. Because if I'm servicing a car, I'll normally do it on this side. Put the ramps down, and then the bum of the car's kind of hanging out. I don't do it all the way here. So like the end of the car's here, still got plenty of room to move and work, and you know, with the bench there, it won't be too much. And I mean, even if the bench comes out too much, you can put the front of the car here. It makes no difference. So yeah, I reckon that'll work out pretty well. I'm pretty much set that I'm not going to chuck anything more on this. This is where the new car's going to go, so I don't even want that broom there to potentially fall and scratch it. So yeah, so that'll go, but everything else will stay. Nothing else can really fall from there. This side's clear as. This I just moved again, so that's the third. I can't even remember where it was before. I think it was here. Yeah, I think it was here, and then it was here, and now it's there. So that's the third. It just didn't make sense here because you kind of had to knock past it all the time when you were walking here. So at least this way you don't even have to walk past it, and it's there. That's not going to fall. That bracket's good for 100 kilos or something, and the fasteners are no worries. Yeah, so this is clear run down there. Nothing on the floor now, so I can get the car in a bit more. And the back, that's pretty much how that's going to stay. That's apart from the little bench there. And I'm thinking I might only go a metre. I'm just going to go from this conduit to a metre. So I've just got to try and find even 1200, something like that. Normally 1200 by 600 is a common size. So yeah, if I can find something 1200 by 600, some nice thick plywood, or a bench top that they have there. Normally the bench tops are 1.8 and 2.4 wide. So yeah, it just depends. I don't want to buy something just because it's nice and then waste half of it, because I only want 1.2 metres. So I may end up with just that black form ply, 17 mil, 1200 by 600. And if that's the case, I probably won't even cut it. I'll just put the brackets up and do that. So I'll probably keep this video running, and we'll do that project in this video, because literally that's 4, 5, 6 holes probably to drill, and then a couple screws for the wood. So we'll just keep that project going, but we'll keep this video going for that. But other than that, the bread, that's about it really. So yeah, she's got, I don't think it's not hot yet, so I think it's still just rising. So but that should come out good. Anyway, we'll close it there. Today's Friday. I get the brackets on Sunday. I'm probably going to go get the wood today if I've got enough time. I should do. So I'll have the wood here. I'll get the brackets Sunday. So yeah, maybe Sunday, Monday we'll finish this off, and we'll have a bit of bench space in here. See you then. All right, morning everyone. A couple of days later, I've got the brackets, so they're ready to go. So just turn some lights on, and that's the piece of wood. I've got to figure out now whether I want it this big, and I think I do. It's 600, I think. 1200 by 600, 18 mil thick. So I think I do want it to be 600 shelf. I reckon that's a good. That'll. Yeah, yes. I don't want any smaller. So I think I will keep it. These brackets. So this bit goes on the wall. Click that like that. So that's going to go on the wall, and then I've got 16 inches to go. If you can see it there. I suppose we've got to figure this out here, where that needs to go. But I'm going to put it on the wall first at the right height, and then and then do what I need to do to make that sit where it needs to sit. And the other thing I want to do is also make it the same height as the silver bench that I have that's on wheels, the one that I have the veranda of my shed. So that way, for whatever reason, I can't really see myself doing it, but it's a good idea if you're going to make any benches or workstations or anything, make them all the same size, the same height off the ground. That way, if you need to, you can butt them all together and they're all exactly the same height. So I'm going to try and do that. It's probably not necessary. I don't know how many times. Number one, it's not going to fit through here. So if I do need and the car's here, I've got to bring it right around the other end, right around the other side. So yeah, I think I'll just do it because it's a good practice. But yeah, it probably will never be in here. I'm going to take this piece of wood now to the shed, and what I want to do is route the top edge of it. I just want to round the corner. I don't want a sharp edge here because that's just going to get damaged. I might do a tiny little, take that edge off on the bottom side, but then I'm going to round it a fair bit on the top side just to protect that edge, because as soon as you bump it, that edge is going to go. So we'll go in the shed, do that first. I've got the brackets, I've got, I think, everything I need plus more, because I'll show you on the way out what I was doing yesterday. That's what all these tools are left over from. I'm going to use Tapcons, not the hardware. It came with this stuff, but I'm going to use Tapcons. Tapcons are really good. That's what's holding that thing up. Each Tapcon's good for 70 odd kilos, I think, and that's got three spots to put 3 Tapcons in. So, and the brackets are rated to 130 kilos. So everything's about the same rating then. Well, the Tapcons are way overrated. 3 of them, you'd get away with 2 of them really, but I'll use 3. We'll see how we go. Anyway, we'll go to the shed, route that corner. We'll run the router around that. I'm only going to do 3 sides. The back's going to stay as it is, I think. Yeah, I think the back will stay sharp, and then just the 2 sides and the front will go rounded with that, but not too much of a round. We'll see how we go. Oh, and yesterday, so I didn't really do a video on this because it kind of happened really quickly from me thinking about it to actually doing it. But I put, so all this tinted sheets is from the old veranda. I did explain it in another video. I cut them down and I've put them here. So what happened first, all the rain would come through. I knew it was going to happen, but I didn't think it'd be a massive problem. But the rain was just going there and then falling down the front of the fence, filling up the thing down in there in the fence, overflowing and then flooding here. So whatever water we were getting without the roof, we were getting just as much on the floor because it was 100% of it was going this way. So I went to Bunnings yesterday and I bought it's pretty much a downpipe like this, but PVC plastic, and I split it on both sides, this side and the other side, and ended up with a little gutter system. So today, my old man came round yesterday, Arvo. So we, while he was here, I kind of jagged him and I said, look, can we do this while you're here? Because I'm not going to be able to do it on my own, because it's in 4 different sections. You can see where I pop rooted, just there. It's on a nice slope. It rained last night and worked really well. All I'm going to do now is hole saw. Got a bit of this stuff left over, like that. Hole saw in here, so that way all the water goes into here and then straight into the drain. I had to do something else. Hang on. Oh, that's right. So as it is now, it's catching about 90% of the water. The issue is this, and then this gap here. So what I want to do is get my heat gun, jump up on a ladder, get my heat gun, and just melt this back edge, not this edge, the back edge, and push it, and hopefully it stays as close as it can to the fence. And then that way it'll catch all the water coming down. I don't care if it doesn't catch all of it, but better than 90% would be good. I think it will, because it's only yeah, there's only like three posts that it won't catch then. So yeah, I'm hoping that'll work. So it's just gonna heat it up, stretch it over, and see how we go. But yeah, let's concentrate on this first, and that'll be for another day. Alright, just unwrapping it, and it's not even finished. I thought it was varnished. This was only 39. There was some other ones there for 49 and 59, depending on what wood you got. And I should have looked a bit more closely. I think if I paid more, I would have got one already varnished, but that's okay. I have enough varnish here, so this is left over from the wine barrel that I did up. So that's plenty. That'll be heaps enough to give it a nice coat. Just so that if you put something greasy or oily on it, it doesn't sink in and it'll just wipe off. So that's what I'll do. I'm going to sand it. Probably don't. I'll just quickly run it over this. I don't even know what. Yeah, that'll be good. And I'm just going to use a sander. I was going to use a router, but I don't want to chip it, so I might just use the sander just to knock the sharpness off it. So yeah, we'll get into that. Okay, hopefully this makes sense. So, don't know if you can see it, but there's a textile line there. That line there is 900 and double check, 972 millimeters. 970. I've put this blanket down. It's getting in my way already. 975-ish. Doesn't matter. A couple mil here or there. I've got this piece of thing just only because it's 20 mil thick, which is what the thickness of my top is 18 mil, so whatever. Top con or tap cons. So one of them, two, I'm going to be able to get into this mortar joint. You can see that one. It's got to come down because then we need that 20 mil gap. So that one there is going to go in mortar. This one will go in mortar, and this middle one's going to go in brick. So for the brick one, I'll drill it bigger, put a core plug in, and then put the tap con in. Yeah, that's the best way to do it, I think. Unless it's hollow. If you hit hollow, I'm pretty sure these bricks are hollow, but not all the way through. So anyway, it doesn't matter. So we want to come about there, because the wood's going to, that's too high. So we want to be roughly there, because that's your thickness of the wood. So like that, and then find out where the mortar is, and one there. I don't know if you can see, one there, and one there, like that. So we'll put a cross for that one because I've already got a line. Dot there, so cross, and I'll put big wings on them. Probably you wouldn't go too far on that side because you're going to see that, but the bracket will cover the rest up. And then another one there, just so when you're drilling the hole, if you only just put a dot and then start drilling the hole, and then you lose your mark, obviously, because you've drilled it, at least you can kind of guess where it was again. I did have a spirit level somewhere. Just because you guys are watching, otherwise I wouldn't normally do this. But dot. Actually, it is probably critical because otherwise the bracket's not going to be sitting flat. So dot. Yeah, the mortar joints aren't exactly. So this one's got to come out. This line actually has to be here. This circle, drill hole, whatever it is, has to be just offline from there. So we'll drill these two first. I'm going to drill them all as if they were all going to be tap cons, because if this is solid, because it's in the middle of the brick, so I'm pretty sure the brick is solid in the middle. I do have some spare bricks, I can go and check, but I can't be bothered. So I'm just going to drill them all. If this one just munches out because it is hollow, then I'll figure that out later. But anyway, and I've got this blanket down only because I'm going to be varnishing, and I don't want to get varnish. I'm going to varnish it when it's all together. What I should have done was varnish it the other day when I first bought it, and That way I would have been ready to go for today, but I didn't realise it wasn't finished. But anyway, I've just rounded the corners, you can see them there. Bit nicer to touch. So yeah. Alright, I'll get this one drilled and we'll go from there. Alright, that's a nice touch. I just noticed that. I'm sure they did it on purpose, but there's a hole there so you can actually screw through, because if it's like that, it's a bit difficult to get your to the top one there, even to that one actually. Oh no, you're going to have to do it for them too, but yeah, top one, at least they give you a little thing there, but it's probably not big enough, nah, for a Tapcon thing, so I might have to go and drill this out. We'll see how we go. I'll get everything here anyway. Okay, so I'll go Tapcon first in the bottom. Actually, they're all Tapcons, yeah. I'll do probably the bottom one first, seeing as though that's the easiest. Battery would help. Okay, just loose for now. That's pretty tight, that's good. Now this one, you know what, I might be able to get this, because I've got this massive long bar extension thing on it. This might work. Yes, it will. Now, where's the hole? Yeah, there. Spirit level. Okay, so it's not level yet, but it's not tight, and it's way off this way. There we go. And then this thing's got some twist in it. Oh yeah, no, okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's a little bit flimsy because it's not all bolted in, but that's okay. Okay. Yep, that'll almost take my weight, I reckon. Okay, we're sweet. Yep, folds out nice too. Snapped it. That's great. Okay. Yeah, but it's tricky. I don't think these Tapcons are actually what I should be using. They're probably a bit too thin. I'll have to take everything out. I think I'm going to change the plan up here. I'm going to use what came with it. These are just much bulkier, and I don't have bigger Tapcons, I don't think. No. So let's do that. I'm not going to use their white thing that goes in the wall. I'm just going to use their screws, I think. I guarantee you these aren't the best screws though. Nah. No. I'm in two minds. So that Tapcon snapped off in there. So the only way around it now is to lower everything, which I was high anyway. but I'm not going to be able to drill these. The only next option is to go to here, which is too close. Or we go into brick just next to it. I might have to do that. Let's do that. That's good. So because you're close to the edge of the brick now, they're going to be all three of them will be tap cons now. I can't use that. Okay, that'll do. That looks level. So yeah, sometimes you just got to change the plan up a bit. Same height, a little bit lower, which is good. And that one. Okay, so let's drill in. Ciao, dog. Yeah, that's solid. That's good. And then this one's in mortar. I think they actually snapped because I might not have gone deep enough. Yeah, they bottom out, and then because they can't go anywhere, they just twist off. So problem solved, hopefully. Again, we'll do the bottom one first. And I've actually got two. I've got another one that's a 12 volt. This is 18 volt. I should probably be using that to avoid snapping them, or at least maybe even do them by hand, but that's okay. I'll just go a bit lighter. There you go. Oh, don't tell me. It stripped it again. Alright, I'm going to sort something out. This is not going to work. We'll have to move all those three holes again. Yeah, and these tack cons aren't doing the job. So I'll go and see what else I've got and we'll go from there. Alright, that was hard, much harder than what it should have been. I've actually lifted it up. Trying to match the other bench, it's not going to happen, and I need it in that spot because if you tuck this bracket under, you're not going to be able to get to it to fold it down like that. So I ended up using Dynabolts. Should have just done that from the start. So yeah, it doesn't matter. Live and learn. So I'll have to try and clean those marks off the wall. I mean, you're not going to see it once the wood's there anyway, but try and clean her up. This is the next one now. So I've got my laser level now, and I'll try and match this height over here. Probably couldn't see that over here. So that's the next bracket's going to go here now. All right, I got a bit of the camera went flat, so I got a little bit ahead. The left side worked out a lot better than the right side. I knew what I was doing, and there we go. So what I ended up doing, I've never used Dynabolts in this way before. You can see the bottom ones are sticking out more because it's in the hollow bit of the brick, so that's kind of where it tightens up on the brick. Whereas these are the top two on both of them are in mortar, so all good. I had to shim it with some rubber to get it level. It was, that's probably 1 mil rubber, so 3 mil, a bit too low. So she's good now, and yeah, so happy with that, all level. I mean, it'll serve its purpose, what I need. Yeah, so what I did was I drilled the holes, tapped them in with the nut on them, and then I tightened them up. just so they get a bit of grip, and then this, you don't lose the thread in the brick, and it tightens up, the thread doesn't move then. And then I loosened them back off, everything was nice and tight, put the brackets on, put the nut back on, and just, top one's really tricky because you can't, it's just no room to get your finger in, but that side took me 20 minutes to do, this side took me 5 minutes. So yeah, once I picked up that little trick, I used my laser level and projected the line and top bolt hole to top bolt hole, and I think the drill bit just wondered a little bit when I was drilling that first bit, so I think that's all it was. So that's what caused the 3mm. But if you grab this, see there, she's all good now. Hopefully, I only checked it at the front. See it there, all good, all good. I never checked it this way actually. Okay, so that goes to show how good the brackets are at being 90 degrees. So that's a relief. Yep. If anything, it's got to be lifted at the front a bit to make it dead level, but whatever, it's fine. Yeah, that's all it is. This one jumps, I've noticed. This one's solid. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I've got to go through. I think. No, it's bolted, the wood to the bracket. Yeah, don't know. Anyway, good enough for what I'm going to use it for. I'm literally going to have, some odd tools. 4 or 5 litres of oil filter, just regular maintenance stuff, car washing stuff. Just mix up your soap and stuff up here. That's about it really. So anyway, I won't make this video any longer. I'll just come back. I won't cut it off just here, so stick around. I'll just chuck a couple of coats of varnish on it, and hopefully it's pretty humid today, so I don't know how we're going to go with dry times and stuff like that. But I'll leave this drop sheet down because this is probably going to make a mess. And yeah, we'll just get on to. I'll just give it a wipe because it's a little bit dusty from when I sanded it. Give it a wipe and get some varnish on it. Okay, we're done. That's it for today. You can see it's nice and thick. I put it on, piled it on. I didn't have enough for 3 coats, but it was too much for 2 coats. But I thought, bugger it. The first coat was completely dry, so I just piled it on, just poured it on and spread it out. It's almost like an epoxy table. It's going to be nice and thick. So it's going to take a bit to dry. So that's okay. At least it's level. So it's not all just going to run off the end. It's not that thick, but yeah. But yeah, nice and shiny. Bit of protection, and yeah, happy with that. So there, the brackets underneath. I'd fold it up, but I can't because all the varnish is gonna pour off it. So yeah, just take my word for it. It does fold. I'll do another video around the house one day, next week or so. Probably maybe doing that gutter, and this will be dry, so you can pick it up then. You can be able to see it all collapsed and everything back together. So yeah, all good. Cheers for the help, and we'll catch you next time.